Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Simnaya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. There is something I want us to talk about, and I am saying a very big shout out to Uncle Thomas Bishop and Moses Ken. Thank you all so much for the support and all you all do for Black people, our community, right? Now, I am going to start by saying that anti-blackness in Black community also is something that is kind of spreading like wildfire. And there is something I am going to say. I mean, like, I cannot keep asking or telling adults to stop being anti-black toward themselves, because it's like telling a full-grown man to remove hand from the fire. I mean, you are already grown and you know what is wrong from what is right. I mean, I can't start telling you what to do and what not to do, but we all have conscience. We know what sometimes most of the time what we are doing is wrong and what we're doing is right. You don't need somebody to tell you. And I don't need to also tell you to stop being anti-black, because you all are doing that effortlessly. Like, I don't know how you all do it, but I have seen so many Black men. I mean, it's mostly Black men on the internet, cooning, tap dancing, and all that. I am not saying that there are also Black women doing that, but there are few. To the Black men that I see tap dancing and really being naughty when they are doing it, and I keep asking myself, so what footprints are you all like leaving behind for other people to follow? But you know what, Stegler? Let's get into.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, anti-blackness is big business. Nobody gives a flying fuck about the Black community, especially those who are from the Black community and talk shit about the Black community. Nobody gives a fuck about them until they touch somebody that people fucking give a fuck about. Mark Robinson has been on this anti-blackness bullshit since he rolled his ass up onto the goddamn scene. And nobody said shit. He was interviewed. He was able to become lieutenant governor. Nobody cared. He should have, if y'all really genuinely wanted to give a fuck, y'all should have given a fuck when he said, nobody owes you for slavery. In fact, you owe reparations. Where were the voices? And I'm going to tell you something, and this is a knock, not on my Jewish brothers and sisters, but the fucking media apparatus around them. It wasn't until Mark Robinson said he was a black Nazi that y'all started to give a fuck. And if you notice, that's not even getting as much traction. I mean, the black Nazi thing is leading. So is the I have sexual fantasies about transgender people, even though he demonized them in the first place. But do you notice the part nobody's bringing up? The part about wanting slavery back. I'd own a couple of them. Where the voices? Where? You hear anything? You hear anything? Because I don't. But that's how y'all operate. That is exactly how America operates. Y'all show us anti-blackness day in and day the fuck out. Kanye West, for example. Kanye West was anti-black for 2 whole fucking years. 2 whole years. He was not ridiculed for saying 400 years of slavery was a choice. Not by the fucking media, not by some of you people who are all up in arms about what the fuck he's saying now. Y'all were okay with that. Very okay with it. A lot of you motherfuckers that call yourself allies kept your motherfucking mouth shut when he was saying this shit. But it wasn't until he started his anti-Semitic fucking downward turn that everybody started to give a shit. Where the fuck were y'all when he was doing the other shit? Candace Owens. Candace Owens did not get in fucking trouble until she decided to wade her stupid ass into the fucking current conflict between Israelis and Palestinians in Gaza. Before that, that bitch was one of the most anti-black motherfuckers on earth. And she was just getting chance after chance after chance. A lot of the motherfuckers on these social media applications do the exact same thing. And y'all only come for them when they come for a group or ethnicity that y'all give a fuck about. Y'all don't give a fuck when it's us. Y'all show y'all anti-blackness all the fucking time. Now Mark Robinson's on the fucking hot seat. Not because he said he wanted to have slavery come back and he'd own a couple of people. Nah. It's because he said he has fantasies about transgender people and that he's a black Nazi. Just see how that works? Do you see how it works? America's biggest fucking problem is white supremacy. It always has been. It's the one don't nobody want to acknowledge is in the motherfucking room. Nobody. Not one fucking person. Donald Trump called himself a fucking nationalist and is still running for president. And the media is still treating like, well, what is Donald Trump going to say today? He's a Republican nominee. Why? Why? It is because in America, anything that has anything to do with defending or being or acknowledging that anti-blackness exists, anything that would make a Caucasian person or a person outside of the black community actually look like a fucking accomplice, nobody wants to do it. Nobody. So when you see black folks saying this shit that is completely, blatantly anti-black, instead of y'all shunning these motherfuckers, y'all give them more microphones and more places to spew that bullshit. But the moment they talk about somebody outside of the black community, now all of a sudden y'all got a goddamn problem. Now y'all have a problem. Y'all, it is the reason right now there is a mythical divide between black folks and Jewish folks is because of some of you fuckers. Some of you. Your selective outrage shows exactly who matters and who don't. Y'all are the ones that keep these fictional fucking divides alive. Because black folks will sit there and watch you defend the shit out of Jewish people. But you will not defend us. Especially when it comes from somebody that looks like us. Y'all only give a fuck when it comes out of, when they start to branch the fuck out, as if that's not part of the goddamn playbook. Do you not understand how this works? It's like first they come for the black people, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't black people. Then they come for the Spanish speaking people, and I did not say anything because I was not Spanish speaking. Then they come for the native and indigenous people. And I did not say anything because I was not native and indigenous. Then they came for the LGBTQIA. Then they came for the Jewish people. And I started to give a fuck. Do you now see what I'm talking about? Do y'all now see what I'm talking about? And y'all wonder why the fuck black people are so angry and so untrusting of a lot of people. Because y'all will sit on your motherfucking hands and say absolutely nothing until it touches you. Some of our so-called allies do the exact same fucking thing. Y'all see anti-blackness and say nothing. You don't stand up. You don't make videos. You don't call for canceling. You don't do any of that until it touches a community you actually give a fuck about. Now everybody wants to distance themselves from Mark Robinson. Again, not because of the fucking slavery comment, but because of the black Nazi shit and the fact that he has fantasies about transgender people. But when he was anti-black, it was okay, right? Right? Make that shit make sense.
Let's get something clear real quick. If you have a problem or if you find it corny that I uplift, compliment, show love, encourage black women, fuck you. If you have a problem with me doing the same for my brothers, black men, fuck you. I'm not on here for clout. I don't give a fuck about nobody's validation. I don't give a fuck about nobody agreeing or disagreeing with me. I'm on here because I understand that you all, we all are being poisoned in the mind and in our hearts. We all are being conditioned and brainwashed to hate each other, and I'm not fucking going for it. I'm not going for it. I'm a black man. I don't fucking follow rules. I don't follow trends. I set trends. And you motherfuckers sit up here and then settled and became content with being followers and slaves. And I ain't with that bullshit. If it's more comfortable for you to hear a brother diss other brothers, then go somewhere else. Take your ass somewhere else. It's a billion different other platforms and channels spread negativity and division within this community. I ain't one of them. You can kiss my ass. Don't get it twisted and take my kindness for weakness, because I'm one of them motherfuckers that come out the trenches that did everything that you motherfuckers consistently lie about. And it shows on your motherfucking faces. It shows in your energy. Motherfucker, I smell bitch on a lot of you motherfuckers. I just stay to myself and mind my business. I just do my thing and stay in my lane. But don't get shit fucked up. Ain't it crazy how when I was a teenager, a child, getting guns put in my hands by punk motherfuckers that didn't have the balls to go and put in their own work and sent a child to do it for them? When I was doing that, I was cool as hell. I was the best nigga living. I was the gangstest motherfucker living. But when I'm trying to be positive, when I'm trying to spread unity, when I'm trying to stop the division, when I'm trying to wake my people up, now all of a sudden it's corny. Now all of a sudden, oh, bro, that's weak, bro. That's lame, bro. Nah, your mama lame, bitch.
So this is all I got from this video, and very big shout out to Uncle Thomas Bishop and Moses Ken. Thank you all so much for all you do for Black community. You all are doing amazingly great. And I am going to say this. I mean, like, it's really been a whole lot going on in Black community recently. And it really amazes me, really seeing people that look like me being really anti-Black, right? That is one of the most disgusting things ever. And the truth is that some of them are boldly and doing it without even having double mind or thought and all that. But it is what it is. Like I always say, no matter how we preach unity, no matter how we preach coming together, we definitely will still have cons like that. What's his name? Robinson, whatever his name is. That man really is just I don't know if I should say a disgrace, but then there are some things you expect from people that are older, right? Because you think that some knowledge should come from them, or they are supposed to, tell us or educate the younger ones on how to navigate through some certain things, especially the anti-blackness all over the world and all that. But then waking up to see someone that looked like me being anti-black is kind of disgusting. But yeah, that is what it is. They're especially coming out to say some certain things. And then each time I look at people doing things like this, I keep telling them that I do not know if they are like being misled or something, but tell me how somebody will mislead a 50 something year old man. I mean, if somebody can, I don't know how to say it. I'm going to use a word, but then I'm going to keep that to myself, there is this adage that says that a fool up for a right is absolutely a fool up forever. Because, how do you want to convince me that somebody is the one, misleading this old man? These are the kind of, he is the kind of people should look up to, because I really don't see how somebody wants to become the governor, and I am going to ask, how do you want to lead? Who are you going to lead? Who are you going to protect? What are you doing? I mean, what kind of leadership do you want to show us, or do you want to show people? Because if you could come out to tell us that, you wish that we can go back to the time of slave and very why? Because you are definitely going to buy some people off. That shows how ignorant you are. And trust me, your ancestors will be in the grave, rolling their neck. Look at the person with, you worked so hard for. See how he's been dancing all around and cooning all around. Yeah, because you are cooning, Because how can somebody be in his right mind, right senses, and say something like this? It's only a silly person that will say something like this. And with some, now, let me tell us this thing before I even go. There is something that I found, that people that criticize a certain kind of people, this man has really been all out, trans and all that. He is don't tell me anything about it, but he is the same person, wanting to, he says that he fantasizes something like that. Can this kind of person not be what? I don't know the color of his problem, but then this is the kind of things we see every day. And then they just don't do it like every other. They do it the same way that their colonial masters, treat us, because they have also trained their mind that they do not belong to where we are, or they do not have anything to do with us, because they have actually separated themselves from us, or saying that this is where I belong, or because they have proximity to people that look like this. For that reason, everything, their mindset and everything is channeled towards that side. So most of the things those people do, the way they stereotype us, is also the same way our own people stereotype us. And there is nothing as horrible as seeing, someone that look like you. sometimes you can tolerate something from maybe like, but then when it comes to someone that look like it pain, like it hurts differently. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So seeing this hurt differently, why? Because I feel like this man is supposed to, like, I mean, he understand our pains, like he like, we really have been, black people have been in the, like, he has been in the same shoes with every other person, right? There is nothing that is new to him. He literally knows, like, the history, everything that happens to black people and all of that. So why do we have to keep educating them or letting them? Yeah, I mean, like, see reason why they should come together and stick to one another. I mean, I cannot do that, because I have been saying that for a longer time. And anybody, if you think there is no need for peace, that is your problem. Like, Moses Ken said, he said that, I mean, like, when he was a bad person or something, it was all cool and all that. Then he decided to change his way. And, like, some people think he's uncool, like he's no longer that cool person and all that. I mean, he's been calling for. And if you have problem with, him saying black men should, come together and black women should, you are also part of the problem, because why, we all need to come together as one to focus on ourselves. Like I keep saying, there is nothing as beautiful as us coming together to build us instead of this divide and conquer that we've been doing. We can work it all out. I mean, shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for all your support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.